Hi and welcome to Gaggia TV. Today I'm here with Raj and we're going to show you a trio of classics. The Gaggia Classic has been the benchmark of the Gaggia domestic machines since 1991.
That's right.
And it's a fantastic piece of kit.
Yep.
But there have been various tweaks to the machines over the years. The original model was produced from 1991 through to 2014. In that time, there were some slight cosmetic changes, one or two little bits to do. The panorellas changed a little bit, the badging changed, but ostensibly it was the same machine.
Yeah.
Then in 2015, we had this machine introduced.
2015, yes.
And now in 2019, we've got the new fantastic piece of kit that we've been waiting for a little bit, and this is the new classic model.
Yeah.
So
actually, the pre-2015 model, it's relevant to us in the UK and in Europe.
Yeah.
But it was produced until 2018 in other countries for other countries. So, for instance, USA and Asia had the pre-2015 model as it was until now.
Okay, so those dates are really
because
UK.
Because the change came in 2015 in Europe. When we had to change to a standby model.
Standby machines,
And that was the main reason for the change.
Yeah.
So they changed a few other things with it, including the boiler.
Okay, so an easy way to identify is the switches, the switch bank. That tells you immediately, because we get a few queries here at Gaggia. Which machine have I got? I've got a classic.
Yeah.
The first question is, what model is it? And obviously sometimes it's a bit hard to identify. A very simple way of identifying it is the switch banks. So we'll show you the switch banks here. So on the UK pre-2015 models, they've got this rocker switch. You can hear the click. So it clicks on, clicks off. And that, as Raj was saying, the standby model, the middle one here, which is 2015 to 18, it's got these sort of touch buttons, which when you push it in, the light comes on. It will go into standby mode after 30 minutes? No, less, is it?
10 minutes.
Is it?
Actually.
Only 10 minutes? Okay.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
On this
longer
one, it has
near,
actually got to 20 minutes.
But there's a distinctive touch button rather than this click on. On the newer machine, the 2019, they've kind of gone back to a rocker switch.
Yeah.
Certainly with the coffee button, it's on and off. The on-off button, the standby one, still sort of a slight touch on it.
The coffee button is
different,
on anyway. I think on the steam button is on.
Yeah.
On this one,
yeah. So that's the main difference. That's the easy way to tell them. So if we come back out, we can see, talk a little bit about the actual differences. So on the 2015, the pre-2015, we had an aluminium boiler.
That's right.
And a solenoid valve.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other major differences between this one?
That has also an OPV, which is an over-pressurized valve. Basically,
you're getting technical now, but that's right.
I mean, some of the people who are really into this, they liked the idea of getting into the machine, although we don't recommend it, to actually adjust the valves.
Yeah.
You can adjust the valves, but it's not really recommended.
No.
I mean, you don't do that on a commercial machine. You don't do it on this machine.
So it's a solenoid valve.
Solenoid valve.
Solenoid valve.
Yes,
right,
that's right. Solenoid valve basically, as opposed to a mechanical valve, it has got a precise sort of on-off.
Yeah,
so the flow starts when you press it on, and when you
more control on the flow, really.
That's right.
And the aluminium boiler, which I think we mentioned as well. So the aluminium boiler had a capacity of about 120.
That's right.
Mil. Was that right?
Yes.
I was hesitating there, so I wasn't quite sure. 120 mil. I hate to get caught out on these things. Yeah, so 120 mil. So quite a decent capacity boiler.
Yeah.
With the panorella frothing arm, which you'll find on most of our machines. So when we then switched to 2015, as you've already touched, it was a touch button one, so it really made us do it. But we
changed to
switched to boiler,
a stainless steel boiler. But it's about double the size of that boiler.
So about 240 mil. I'm going to guess that one. And then also the valve changed as well.
The valve is a mechanical valve as opposed to a solenoid valve. So basically, you have got a spring and a ball that controls the flow. So when it closes, it actually takes a little bit of time for the spring to close. Whereas on a solenoid valve, when you press
on or it's off. Yes. So that was the difference. Now some people got really wound up about the solenoid valve. The solenoid valve is a slightly superior valve to the mechanical valve. From my point of view, from somebody who's not particularly technical, The mechanical valve was very easy to service or clean or take out.
Because you can just take this off and then you have got the shower disc there, take it out and you'll see the valve. Whereas on a solenoid valve, it is actually internal.
So from a layman's point of view, if somebody doesn't want to be too technical, that was an easier one to use.
You find that the disadvantage of a mechanical valve is that because every machine has to build up pressure within the boiler, you have to release it somehow.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's going to build up pressure more and more.
And this comes to a question we get asked a lot, or if you like, somebody that always brings this up, is the sort of slight dripping you can get with on the wand.
Yes,
there's a solution.
You can get it on any machine, but more on a mechanical valve machine.
Yeah.
So I normally say if you wanted to release it, you can do it by just opening the steam wand just a little bit so that it releases the pressure, and that should stop or at least reduce the dripping. And that's the main problem with a mechanical valve machine. Otherwise, it works like a proper machine.
I don't mind them. I mean, people do love the
because
solenoid.
they all have the same sort of heavy filter holders.
Yeah, brass filter holder, chrome-plated brass filter holder.
So it is the same weight. Okay, this one actually came up. They changed it to a plastic splitter as opposed to a metal one. But you can change that if you wanted to. Just have a metal splitter.
So then we come up to date in the 2019, which is what we should be talking about, because this is the one we've got now. And we've gone backwards, if you like, or forwards, depending on your viewpoint.
Forwards and backwards.
We've gone back to an aluminium boiler.
Yes, it's the same boiler as that one, so it's a very good
tried and tested.
Yes, that's right. And you have got a solenoid valve. The OPV is very different to that one. So it's more. It is on the top of a pump. Again, I'm talking technical.
We don't really recommend you going. I mean, there are some people who love fiddling, but
you can't change it. You can't change it on the. That's a good thing about it.
Oh, it's set.
In some ways, because you can get it wrong if you do it right. So the pressure. This has got the compression like the pre-2015 model. So it's very similar in terms of solenoid valves. They both work on solenoid valves.
Just briefly back to the boiler, because they changed the boiler, because again, aluminium gives you a slightly more stable heat, really, than stainless steel. Stainless steel can get hot spots.
It's quicker to heat.
Yeah, it's quicker.
So from start, you can actually get it quickly. Within 45 seconds, the actual boiler is ready to use. Usually we say just heat the filter holder.
Put a bit of water through.
Otherwise you are going to get a cold, it's going to go through the cold.
You can leave it on or just prime it just by running, like you say, running a bit of water
through. It takes, say for instance, these two will come on ready within 45 seconds. This has got a bigger boiler as well, so it actually takes about 1 minute and 10 seconds.
And I mean, one of the reasons for increasing the size of the boiler, other than the stainless steel element, was to give you more steaming capacity, really. Because when you're in steaming, there's no water going into the boiler, so you're only using the existing water and steam that's in the boiler. So they increase the capacity.
Yes.
So this one's gone backwards in terms of capacity, but the big thing that we're all very excited about is the steaming arm.
Yes,
and now it's got
and that's another thing that they used to change on this one. You know, people used to buy the machine and then they would actually retrofit to a Sylvia steam arm generally. And this one is very similar to the Sylvia steam arm, but it actually has 2 holes, so it turns the milk much better.
It does. It's very good.
So
it's very quick.
It's really good.
So the speed of the heating is much better. You can do a lot more sort of latte art, much more control. A little bit of skill required, less skill with the Panorella, but you've got more options with the professional wand. And once you've got the hang of that, it's fantastic.
And I think they have made a lot of improvements in terms of noise levels and such like as well. So it's a very smooth machine to operate, the new one. And you feel that it's very easy to turn the handle. It is very smooth. They have also changed the drip tray design,
as well,
so it sort of sticks there without vibrating a lot.
Smooth finish as well, isn't it? It's a nice curve on it. The other thing that was slightly different and very confusing with the pre-15 models was the baskets, because they went through various phases of we had pressurised or perfect crema or standard traditional baskets. With the new machines, you get 2 traditional baskets, and this is a traditional basket. If you can see that, I'm going to try and zoom in on that. So holes on one side, get it right there, and on the back side, so it's just filtered all the way through. So on the new machines, you get 2 traditional baskets, and then 1 of these, which is a pressurised basket. So you've got on there, you've got holes inside, and on the outside there it's double skinned. You got a single hole there. Get it right around. There we go. Just about see it. You can't really see the hole, but trust me, there's a hole in the middle of that. So with the you come out again if you like. So with the new machine, you get 2 traditional, 1 perfect crema basket.
That's right.
With the 15 model, you used to get just perfect crema baskets, single and double. Yeah. But you could always upgrade and purchase a traditional basket.
I think perfect crema baskets are good for beginners. So you can actually get a really good creamy coffee without trying very hard.
Yeah, we cover that in another video. So if you look at the video for the new machine, we did talk about the crema basket. Well, basically, to recap very quickly, you can use pre-bought, pre-ground coffee, which is kind of slightly more suited towards stovetop mocha makers, mocha machines. But it will give you the crema basket will give you that. But we're going back towards the the real home enthusiast, real home barista. And I mean, we are really recommending, and we'll see that in another video, that you get a grinder with the new machine as well, because that will you can really change.
You don't get the grinder, but you can buy a grinder.
It's an additional purchase. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't get it with it. No. But to get the best out of the traditional baskets, a grinder is fantastic. Yes. And obviously, beans store and hold much longer than ground coffee, so you're never really going to throw any beans out, are you? Because they've got 18
I think it's important to know that. On this model, the pressurized baskets, you can actually fit them on this as well.
Of course, yeah.
So you can fit the pressurized baskets on any of these models,
I mean, it's
as well as the standard
diameter, isn't it?
And if you had one of the older machines, you could actually use some of these things on the new machine.
Of course, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you have the same filter holder.
Just a point of note, you should know anyway, if you've got one with a perfect crema, you need a crema pin as well, and that we sell this separately.
It's something that regulates the flow.
Yeah, it just slows.
One thing that I think it's good to add is to clean the pressurized baskets. It's
very well,
because you can actually have the coffee oils sort of forming within the layer.
They build up.
So it's always good to use a degreasing tablet. To actually clean it.
Yeah, I mean basically you put a degreasing tablet into your portafilter there and run it through. We sell degreasing tablets, you can buy just a few off us.
People get confused with descaling and degreasing.
Different thing,
Descaling is about internals. Degreasing is removing coffee oils. So it's good to actually do that even on this machine.
Of course,
You don't do back flushing on these machines. I know some people are suggesting that you can back flush machines.
Yeah, back flushing is a blank disc, so it's no holes. And those on commercial machines, that's what you do to clean the head.
You can do that on commercial.
You sip some water through and it basically goes through back flushes.
Yes.
We don't recommend that on domestic machines.
Because you're really getting water back into solenoid valves and even to the boiler. So you really have to be careful if you're doing back flushing. I wouldn't recommend it.
No. Just in terms of availability, we are now only doing the 2019.
That's right.
We don't have any of the pre-19s, the 15s, or the old ones.
Not new.
There's no new, no. But we do still sell reconditioned machines, because I mean these machines, there's still quite a lot of these around. They're robust, really good pieces of kit. That's the pre-15. And we can still service them. We do a full service for £85 on these machines.
That's right. At the
even
moment,
if bits go wrong, we can change bits and adapt them.
Yeah, I think they are very long-lasting machines, so it's worth maintaining them and changing seals and such like, which people can do themselves. Really, we do all the parts. For them.
All the parts still available for all these machines. Obviously, the new one, but all the older machines. And as I say, it's well worth keeping hold of that. It's a real serviceable machine. And occasionally we may have a reconditioned machine on that. That's occasionally. We've got a few of these reconditioned machines. We have an outlet in Castleford, which we sell reconditioned machines mainly through, and we do them through the head office here at Elland as well. And we have them on our website. When we've got stock, obviously it's availability of stock. Sometimes we have them, sometimes we don't. But you will find, and they will always be labelled 2015 Classic, and they will be there. Now, for the last price we have on that, you're looking circa £200. So a reconditioned machine would be a bit underneath that. And the new machine, and we've got a separate video which we'll put a link below onto that, is now retailing around about the £400 mark. So it's quite a big difference, but it's a lot of machine for this, and it's a real sort of semi-professional machine. So these, no reconditioned ones of these, we've only had them out a month, so these are brand new. So these are brand new. These are the ones you'll really find as new on our website now. You will find these on reconditions in a shop in Castleford or available. And you can always ring our office if you want to have a ring, speak to us, and we can.
I mean, we get a lot of calls from people who have used those machines for years, and they want to actually go on to the new one because of the few changes there. Although they can still use those machines,
yeah.
they want to go for that. And we do have quite a number of calls like that.
Yeah.
So we would be happy to talk to people about that and see whether there is anything that we can do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, give us a ring if you wanted to sort of upgrade your machine.
Yeah.
Give us a ring and we can tell you some details that we might be able to do for that. Obviously, if you're in the area, if you're in the Yorkshire area, we've got a shop in Braintree as well and one in Northampton.
Yes, there is also a link to the newsletter page. So if you wanted to get more information on these machines, you can actually subscribe to our newsletter, so you'll get more information about them.
That's it. We've not gone on too long about the types of classics, but as I say, we do get quite a lot of questions about not this one, we're not sure what it is, so we thought we'd just do a quick introduction to the three main types that you'll see available today. If you've got any further questions, feel free to give us a ring or send us an email. Visit our website, which is
GaggiaDirect.com.
I do know that, but I was just shove that over to you, just in case someone could say. So GaggiaDirect.com, and we'll put some links below, and happy drinking coffee. Thanks.